I'm Dr. Laura Pate from Absolute Healthcare Advanced Chiropractic. I'm a chiropractic physician in Port St. Lucie, bringing you some stretching videos to aid patients as a demonstration purpose only after they've sought treatment at our facility. We've been focusing on the hip flexors in these last few videos, and I'm going to provide a hip flexor as well as a hamstring stretch. So we're going to start as we did in our first hip flexor video, the very first one. They are numbered for your convenience if you wanted to check that out first. Hip flexors are our anterior muscles that run across the hips, tend to be very tight because they're in a shortened position when we're seated, like at a desk or driving in a car. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start in a kneeling position. I will be stretching my right hip flexor by bringing my left foot forward and flat on the ground. If you're unstable, you can grab yoga blocks or a piece of furniture. And to stretch the hip flexor, just like we did the first time, I'm just going to lean forward towards my left foot, opening up the front of my hip. You can even have some back extension to really feel that. Remember, you can also raise your arm, or at least the right arm, and rotate a little bit to the left to intensify that stretch. Now for this video, I'm going to be holding the stretch on the hip flexors for a few seconds, and then I'm going to be incorporating the hamstring muscle, which is a posterior muscle on your thigh. It's composed of a few different muscles, but we call them the hamstrings collectively, by going back to that neutral position, and then I'm going to straighten my left leg and lean forward. So right now, I'm stretching the posterior aspect of my left leg. You may even feel a little bit in your calves as well. So I'm going to hold that for a few seconds, and then I'm going to simply go back and forth. So I'm doing my right hip flexor, holding for, again, 10 to 20 seconds, longer if you can and would like to, and then right back into my left hamstring. You can continue to do this 3 or 4 times until you feel release on both sides. Now, since we only did the right hip flexor and the left hamstring, you do want to make sure that you switch. So to stretch my left hip flexor, I'm going to bring my right foot forward and then lean into that hip towards my right foot. I'm going to extend my arms up, lean my left arm, kind of flex over laterally to the right to intensify that stretch. I'm going to hold it, and then to stretch my right hamstring, which again is the posterior muscle in your left thigh, I'm just going to straighten my right leg and bend over. I'm doing my best to keep my back straight as I do that. This is where yoga blocks do definitely come in handy if you are slightly inflexible like I am and can't quite touch the ground on the side. I am feeling this all throughout my posterior leg, even up into my glutes. They are so tight. So again, I'm just going to alternate back and forth, left hip flexor and the right hamstring. To return, you can just go back to a kneeling position and then sit down. Thank you for watching. If you did like the video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm Dr. Laura Pate. I'm a chiropractic physician at Absolute Healthcare Advanced Chiropractic in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I've created a series of videos for demonstration purposes only for stretching. We've been focusing on the hip flexors and a little bit on the hamstrings. The last video, I included a variation where you can stretch one side of your hip flexor and the opposite hamstring. We did that with the knee down. In today's video, we're going to progress that a little bit more by lifting the leg up. This does require some balance. I would definitely recommend yoga blocks or a piece of furniture to stabilize you if you were unsteady in any way. So first, we're going to start out in a kneeling position. I'm going to start out by stretching my right hip flexor, which again are the anterior muscles right here. And I'm going to put my left foot forward and then lean towards that left foot, stretching and elongating these hip flexors on the right side. So last time we would stretch this for 10 to 20 seconds and then go into the hamstring with my knee on the ground. In today's video, to make it a little more challenging, you can lift the knee up. So to get that hip flexor stretch on the right, I lift my knee up. I'm looking about 6 to 10 inches forward on the ground. You don't want to have your neck like this, and you don't want to be overextended like this. We're trying to keep a neutral spine, especially in the cervical spine. So I'm going to hold this for 10 to 20 seconds, and then just like we did with the bent knee, we're going to straighten that left leg out. Now I'm a little inflexible. You see I cannot get my knee completely straight. If you did want to, you can hop in that right foot and straighten it out a little bit more to get that nice hamstring, and in some cases a calf stretch as well. Again, yoga blocks will be handy if you can't touch the ground. And then I'm just going to alternate. We're doing the right hip flexor. You would hold for 10 to 20 seconds and then go into the hamstring. Now if you wanted to do the opposite side, we're going to switch and put my right foot forward. And then again, I'm going to put my hands down, surrounding my right foot, curl that left toe under to lift my knee. Right now I'm stretching my left hip flexor. I'm going to hold for 10 to 20 seconds and then straighten my right leg as much as I can to stretch those hamstrings. And then I'm just going to go back and forth, holding each for 10 to 20 seconds and alternating. You do want to make sure you spend equal time on each leg. Of course, if you are really feeling a lot of adhesions in one of those muscles, you can spend some extra time. You want to be sure to take nice, relaxing breaths to really allow for those muscles to elongate. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.